Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Let's get straight into it. This is a video about who I think is possibly the saddest Batman, Injustice Batman. What I think makes him sad is just how much he's lost and endured in this series. Everything, it was just so rough for him. Obviously, spoilers ahead for Injustice. Alright, let's get started. So first, a quick summary of Injustice. In this universe, Joker tricked Superman into killing his wife and unborn baby, and destroying all of Metropolis, which caused Superman to go crazy and kill the Joker. And he practically took over the world by taking all weapons and seizing all wars and controlling all governments, just trying to stop all violence. Which, doesn't sound so bad at the start. But Batman doesn't like how he had committed murder, even if it could be argued that it was being done for the greater good. But Superman does get pushed enough to kill some heroes too later on, so that's a big no-no. He's eventually locked up most superheroes who didn't agree with him in a max security prison, and other details I'll mention later that might be important. In Injustice, Batman lost many people he cared for, family and friends. Most notably, he lost his sons, starting with Dick Grayson. After Superman killed Joker, he went to Arkham Asylum to trap the prisoners somewhere they could never escape. Batman and Nightwing went to stop them, but Damian Wayne snitched on them, and eventually all the prisoners broke out because Batman put a shock on Cyborg, stopping him from doing all of that stuff, like putting them all somewhere where they can't escape by opening boom tubes. So they all had to kind of team up to defeat all the villains. But as Damian was beating Calendar Man, who was just already on the ground, he was subdued. He did submit. Dick called him out on it, telling him how Robin doesn't hit people who are down. But since Damian was angry and just mad all throughout, Damian threw his screaming stick at Dick's head, causing him to fall down and break his head over a rock and die, which absolutely crushed Batman. Crushed him, causing him to get mad at Damian and start to distance himself from him. But don't hate Damian too much, because he did this all the time and Dick would always catch it, so he wasn't trying to hurt him. He did feel bad. Which leads into our next segment, Damian Wayne. In Injustice, Damian Wayne supports Superman and him killing the Joker. And after accidentally killing Dick Grayson, Batman pushed him away from his life, which had him join Superman's regime and eventually make himself the new Nightwing. And he ends up resenting his father and hating him absolutely so much. Which, even though Damian isn't dead, Bruce truly lost his son. Jason Todd. In this universe, Jason's story unfolds the same. Joker kills him, he gets resurrected, but in Injustice, he gets resurrected after Superman's regime started. And he killed, and Superman kills Joker. So he joins Superman after finding out Bruce never avenged him. So instead of Red Hood, and how he became Red Hood and confronted Batman, and eventually Batman managed to turn him good, in this universe, he became his own version of Batman. And he fought Bruce multiple times and beat him, every time proving he's the better Batman. But when Ra's al Ghul, who's working with Superman, releases a Mazo on a town, and Batman's team can't beat it, Jason, Damian, and some other heroes who question their allegiances teamed up with Batman to stop Mazo, so at least Bruce had that. Now finally, Tim Drake. In year 3 of Injustice, Superboy was fatally wounded, so Superman sent him into the Phantom Zone because time didn't pass there, so he wouldn't die. But the other Titans couldn't have Connor just be left there alone for God knows how long, so they decided to join him in the future. when people find out about them being in the Phantom Zone, Batman and some allies go to the Fortress of Solitude to try to free them. And they do. And they save Connor's life. But as soon as Tim Drake steps out of the Phantom Zone and reconnects with his father, who at this time, Tim was his only son left. The only son he had left, the only one he could count on, the only one he loved, had left to love. General Zod zaps Tim through the heart with his heat vision and emerges from the Phantom Zone, which causes Batman to finally snap, and he loses it. He uses kryptonite fear gas to null Zod, as he uses a giant mech suit to beat Zod to a pulp, absolutely demolishing him, letting loose out all of his anger that he's had from all of the people he's lost. But later, the gas wore off, and General Zod was able to get the upper hand and fight back. But before he could do any real damage, he was quickly and swiftly killed by Superman. So that you can see that Bruce lost his final Robin, his final son. He had enough, and I truly believe if the fear gas didn't wear off, he would have murdered Zod and let his rage take over. Alfred Pennyworth. In Injustice, Alfred Pennyworth got his guts sliced open by the villain Victor Zsasz. Years later, Damian dug up his corpse and brought him back to life via the Lazarus Pit. But he was a shell of a human. He couldn't talk or walk or do most functions. He was fed by a spoon by Damian, cared for like a baby, just to stay alive. Which Batman was furious, because not only did Damian take the corpse of Batman's only father figure in life, and then he brought him back to life, which was most likely agony and torture for Alfred. And even then, since they were so distant at the time, it was just even worse and created more of a rift between them. And Bruce, he just couldn't stand it. Catherine Kane. In this universe, Catherine Kane, aka Batwoman, was killed when she sacrificed her life to be an electrical conduit to teleport the alternate reality Justice League to their Earth to help the insurgency fight against Superman's regime. So that's the end of this video. Thank you all for watching. It truly means a ton. And if you like this video and actually stayed till the end, it would mean so much if you please like and subscribe. You don't have to. You can unsubscribe whenever you want. It truly doesn't matter. It's your choice. Anyway, I think you all should have a great day because you deserve it. Goodbye, and hopefully I'll see you next time. Peace out.